So while I was in the hole for what happened in 2004, in the hole we all stand on the door and talk to each other all day through the cracks in the door. And one day we were all on the door talking. We heard this strange sound out on the rec yard. It was weird. Something like a machine. We all went to the back windows and looked out. We saw a front end loader. It crashed through one fence. Then it took down a second fence and it was headed through the rec yard. Come to find out, 2 guys in our prison that had life had plotted this and planned it, and they were trying to get out and plan this escape. We had a maintenance worker working on the roof using a front end loader in between the security fence and the building, and these guys mixed up a bunch of hot sauce, Texas Pete, and they went out there, jumped the fence, slung it in his face, and jumped in the loader, started it, and took off. Well, they made it a little ways, but they didn't make it far. They stalled it out in the middle of the rec yard. I guess they didn't know how to drive a loader or shift gears in it. But once it stalled out, man, looked like 1,000 COs rained down on them. The rec yard was black and blue. That's the color of the CO uniforms. They dragged them dudes out that loader, slammed them on the ground, and they beat them, stomped them. They brought them to A building where I was at in my pod. They actually brought them to the cell next door to me. So when they came in, they dragged them in there and threw them in the cell. Whenever this type of thing happens, it's like a cell extraction. If they go and remove you by force or put you in a cell by force, they have to record it. So the CO had the camcorder rolling the whole time. And as soon as they got that dude in the cell, the CO was like, he moved the camera around. We all seen him. He moved around. He was like, oh, something's happening with this. And he put it down. He told his crew, he was like, it's off. He went in there and you heard the biggest scuffling ever. They beat that dude so bad. And correctional officers do this. They take advantage anytime they can. The next day, through the window, you could see him being escorted out. His entire face and jaw, neck, head, everything was black and blue. Yeah, it was crazy, man. But that's what they do. You assault the officer, you attempt to escape, do any of that stuff, and they're beating you. They're beating you bad.